Hey, welcome everyone to another Train Drives episode featuring the Milwaukee Road and the eastbound Olympian Hiawatha. In today's episode, we continue our journey to Three Forks and one last stop after, which is called Eustis. And we will hit the end of this map. I don't know how long this episode is going to be, so we'll just roll with it and be satisfied with that. And then we'll look at putting together a new series of train drives. The time is 7 minutes past 9 o'clock. We are due in Three Forks at 10:28. Okay, well, I apologize for that. Um, there is some sort of a problem with the track work on this intersection. There doesn't appear to be a junction lever on the switch. So even though I was telling the train to go onto the siding, it still persisted in staying on the main line. So not sure what's going on there. I will have to take the track work apart and re-put in the track to see if I can fix the junction. According to the schedule, we just passed Jefferson Island, and according to the schedule, there's about um, I would say about 35 minutes before we get to Three Forks. So that will put us at Three Forks about 5 minutes after 10. And of course, the published schedule says we're supposed to arrive at Three Forks at 10:28. We'll just chalk that up to differences in scale for this map. But, you know, it does get us to Three Forks pretty close. We are within 30 minutes of the scheduled arrival time. and we're coming into Three Forks. Nice. So 9:36. I wonder if this is in a different time zone, because if it is, it would be 10:36 if we're going east. So we'll check that. Okay, I checked on the internet, and Three Forks is in mountain time, so we can't use the time zone as an excuse as to why we're an hour early. So it's basically the scale of the map. So we are at Three Forks, exactly 9:38. So we're an hour ahead of schedule, and oh well. But I'm glad that we do have this map, because at least we can get the train this far. We have one more stop that we can make. There is a Eustis on this map. So we're going to drive over to Eustis. That's basically at the end of the map. And that's where we'll end this train drive series. Unfortunately, my Harlowton route is still being worked on. I last weekend was able to get the yard, the classification yard, and the destination yard put in place. What's next is the engine facilities, and then there is a Y on the layout that is actually a branch line that the Milwaukee Road bought and they operated. So that has to be put in. And then I'll put in some lead tracks to put some distance on the route. And then it will be ready. But unfortunately for this series, we won't be able to use that map. The hope is when we get ready to do a train drives on the Columbian, we'll be able to use that map. And by then, I'm hoping to have settled on a map for the Chicago area so that we can start the train in Chicago. And I need an interim map to represent the Midwest for the time being. And I'm toying with I think it's called Midwest Rails. I actually have that route on my simulator, so I'm going to check that map out. We may be able to convert that a little bit to represent the middle of the country in a run from Chicago to the West Coast. And of course, we've got the route building series on the Seattle Union Station. That, of course, is still a work in progress. And it's still a long distance away before we will have scenery on that map. If I get the track work set up, we might use it without the scenery on it, just to have an endpoint. But all these Milwaukee Road trains, so make a long story short, when these routes become available and we can legitimately film on them, we'll revisit these trains so that we have a little bit better experience. So with that said, let's head out to Eustis. I will have to go through this route and fix the track marks, because it's very that most of the track marks on this journey on the map did not work as expected. So I will be going in and fixing this route up a little bit, and I'm going to also address the junction levers. I don't understand why none of the switches do not have junction levers on them. And that may be what's going on with this freight train over to our left, because there's no junction levers. The train doesn't know what to do to get off the siding. Now there's no stop in Eustis, so we just have to make sure we stop the train before it runs off the map. Overall, I like this map. I'm glad I found it. We can run both Milwaukee trains and Northern Pacific trains. So we'll be exploring that. The route the name of the route does have a V1 on it, so this is, I would assume, a first version of it. The author has done a great job on it, so I think it's worth investing some time to get this route working properly. Things like that tunnel that we just went through. Find out why that's not working. So there's still some work to do on this route. I did leave in the last episode the description, the name of the route, so that you can go out on the DLS and download it. What you're experiencing here, this is a modified route for our purposes. I put all the catenary in and the seasonal textures. There's still obviously work to be done. But it did extend our train drives travels, so I'm happy about that. We're coming to the end of the map here, and more to come on the Milwaukee Road. I see that I have some catenary work to finish up here, so oops. Well, with that said, I hope you enjoyed this simulation of the eastbound Hiawatha, Olympian Hiawatha, I should say. If you like this type of content, I encourage you to subscribe to the channel. Your subscription is free, and it does help to make sure that this type of content remains on YouTube. You can help us grow the audience by liking the episode. Please leave your comments and suggestions. And if you are interested in being notified when the next episode is released, hit the bell and make your selection from the menu that appears. This week I'll be thinking about what train we're going to put on train drives for the next batch of episodes. You will find this series. I'm going to change the name of the playlist, so it'll be the Milwaukee Road Eastbound Olympian Hiawatha. That's where you'll find it on the channel. And that will, in effect, clear out the train drives playlist so that we can use it for another train. So more to come on train drives. And with that, we'll see you on the next one.